Hello, everyone. Welcome. I think I hit that button one too many times. Hello, stamping friends. I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Florida, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Today, I have a fun fold, and I'm going to be using the Everyday Details bundle, along with one of my favorite designer series paper in our new January to April Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, plus a celebration item too. And um, celebration is going on right now through the end of February. I'm going to turn the camera down just a second. Hello, Judy. Good to see you. And as I mentioned, we're going to make a fun fold today using a brand new product from Stampin' Up! In our new January to April mini catalog. Please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up or a like. I appreciate that. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you'll get notified. If you hit that bell, you'll get notified when I upload videos. And I come here weekly at Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. All right, well, let's turn the camera down because I do have a couple things that I wanted to share with you before we start stamping. And I'll get some lights on so we can see what we're doing. Okay, my card club for February. So this is a monthly subscription. And I'm using the Easter lilies. And last Tuesday, I made a couple of cards, layered gatefold cards that you can go back and watch. But this is my February card club. And again, of course, if you're already signed up, you don't need to sign up again. But the last day to sign up is February 10th. It'll have 5 projects between $23 and $25 in product. And this is shipped out on the 20th of each month. And there is information in the description. And of course, you can always, cancel at any time. We are having an online global retreat, but it is not too late to join us for the online global retreat on February 9th and 10th. Now, it is too late to order a retreat box. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be stuffing the retreat box all afternoon when I finish this video. But you can still join us on February 9th and 10th for the online access pass, and you'll have access to the private Facebook group, the live demonstrations, tutorials, the kickoff party, and after party on Zoom. And in the United States, the cost is $25 for the online access pass. And there is information in the description. And I have teamed up with 3 other demonstrators from Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom. And this will be our 5th online global retreat. Hello, Maria. What is the weather like where you're at in the Northeast? One more thing before we start stamping, and that is my ordering special I have. It is a free tutorial bundle. It has 42 projects, and I will send this to you free when you place a $50 order with me. And of course, you also will get to choose a free celebration item. And this tutorial bundle is from demonstrators all over the country, and the bundle is over 80 pages. Now, I did not print off all 80 pages. I did print off a few pages to just kind of give you a quick peek. This happens to be my tutorial. And then a lot of the tutorials also have a link in for a video that you can also watch, a video to help you with the written tutorial. But again, this is a free tutorial bundle that I will send you when you place a $50 order with me, and there is a link in the description. All right, I think that is enough chit chat. Let me get all these flyers out of the way and let me bring in our mini catalog because I want to show you on page 28. You will see the stamp set that we're going to use today, Everyday Details. And it has a cup with a flower, and then there's a bird's nest with eggs, and then a vase with flowers. And wishing you so much joy on this special day. You make every day a little brighter. Overjoyed for you in this new journey. Now, I have a card to show you using one of the sentiments, but I'm going to make the card today with using a celebration item stamp set because it just depends on what sentiment you're going to use. But I like to make cards that I can just send just to keep in touch with people. So that's what I'm going to use for my sentiments. But you could, make a happy birthday, just get well, it just depending on the sentiment that you use. Now, this stamp set does have dies that come with it, and you'll get to see those today too. So that is the stamp set. And then the beautiful paper is on page 23 of our mini catalog. And this is the Perennial Lavender. And we're also going to use these gems, the purple fine shimmer gems. Plus, we're going to use a Wink of Stella. And then in the celebration, so celebration is when you place a $50 order, you can pick out a free item. And then we do have some level 2 where you place a $100 order and you can pick out a free item. But we're going to be using the Heartfelt Hellos today. But I must show you this gorgeous paper. So Maria, it is cold and cloudy. Well, actually, here in Florida, we needed to turn the furnace on, but I won't complain because I know it isn't nearly as cold as it is where you and Judy both are. So this, you get 6 sheets of this beautiful paper. You get 12 sheets, excuse me. You get 12 sheets of this beautiful paper, but the reason I said 6 sheets is because you get 2 of 6 sheets. So you have double-sided. So you'll get 12 sheets and you'll get 2 of each design. But it is just simply gorgeous. And this is my host code. And I will probably move it a little bit, but you can copy that down. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Let me grab a piece of fresh freesia. We're going to use fresh freesia cardstock, and we are going to place this in our trimmer, and we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. So I'm going to place it at 4 1/4, and I have the short 8 1/2 at the top. And then you could make another one. So you can make 2 cards out of 1 sheet. Now I'm going to turn this the long way, and I'm going to score it. So I'm going to score at 2 3/4 on both ends. So I scored it, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score it on the other end at 2 3/4. So there's the only 2 score lines that you need. And then I'm going to go ahead and we will make a crisp edge. So we will fold in on our, and here we have our card base. I'm going to get that lined up just a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to lay this aside. And then I'm going to bring in Basic White. And this is for our inside layer. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. You're also going to need another Basic White. And this is 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to be using Blackberry Bliss. And let me look at my measurements. This is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's yes, because actually this is a little bit larger. This is because we're going to use this for die cutting, the largest rectangle. So this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then you'll have enough to be able, that's large enough to die cut today. And then we have some designer series paper. So we have 1 strip, and then we have 2 of the same. So this is 2 1/2 by 4. So you need 2 of these, 2 1/2 by 4, and then 1 little strip, which is going to go inside on our layer. All right, now let's go ahead. I'm going to lay this aside, but we're going to keep this and we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to start out with stamping. And we need 2 inks today, black and Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to start with our black, and I'm going to bring in this teacup. Now we're going to do some spotlighting today, and I'll tell you what that is if you don't already know. So I'm going to ink up our teacup. And I'm going to stamp this over to the left, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in some blends. So I'm going to be using Fresh Freesia, Old Olive, Blackberry Bliss, and Pecan Pie. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be using Light Copper Clay. Light Copper Clay and Light Blackberry Bliss. And then Dark Fresh Freesia. And then Dark and Light Old Olive. So we are going to start with a flower. So I'm going to go ahead and use my dark and Old Olive and just go over the lines that are in the leaves. Now there's a little leaf right behind the flower, and you almost can miss that little leaf there. Then I'm going to come back with light Old Olive and just fill in. I didn't show you the actual stamp sets, but I will. Okay, so we're just going to spotlight this, and that means that I am just going to highlight. I'm only going to color the flower and the leaves, and I'm not going to color the cup. But I might need your help because we may decide to color the cup, but I'll let you decide. So I am going to use Blackberry Bliss, and I'm using the light, and I'm just going to fill in that circle. And those dark lines. Then I'm going to come back with Dark Fresh Freesia. And then I'm going to bring in the Heartfelt Hellos, and this is a free set you can choose from Sale-A-Bration by placing a $50 order, and I'm going to use Hello. because I kind of want this card just to send to people that I want to say hello to and to keep in touch. But you could put a birthday greeting, a get well. You can make it whatever you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up hello in the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to stamp that right at the bottom and hopefully straight. Now, I have one that I have the cup colored in. So before we add this, I'm going to show that to you, and then we can decide whether we want to use this one or the other one where the cup is blended. And then I will be adding some Winka Stella to the flower in a little bit. And that is why I have this copper clay, because that is what I colored the cup with. But I think we're going to do, now this is just called spotlighting, when you only color one area of your image. All right, let's go ahead and bring back our cardstock, and we're going to add our designer series paper on each side. You know, Maria, you say the Heartfelt Hellos have become a favorite in your crafting. I agree. I just love that set and all the different sentiments it has and how you can use it for so many different things. I love this designer series paper, and this is gorgeous too. Looked on the other side. I wanted to make sure I didn't want to put my flowers upside down. Not that I've ever done that, of course. Get that lined up. I'm going to lay that aside. I'm going to bring in that basic white for our inside. And this is what this little strip is going to go right over here on the left, just to give it a little accent. Now you could also, stamp an image on your inside layer. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet in case this designer series paper is longer than my cardstock. It won't get on my stamping surface. And then we'll get this lined up. It looks like it is just perfect. And now we're going to add this inside our layer. And we're going to do a little die cutting. And I'll show you the Everyday Details stamp set. So place this right inside. Then we're going to lay this aside for just a second, and we're going to bring in that Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Well, I take off the covers. That way the light doesn't glare and make it so shiny, but then it had fallen off. So this is the Everyday Details, and I showed it to you in the mini catalog, but I really like this set. And this nest works so well with the Flight and Airy designer series paper that you can also earn free in Sale-A-Bration. And then this is a bundle. Now you can get this stamp set by itself, or you can purchase it with the dies. And so you have all these circle dies, but don't forget to move this because you have more dies underneath. Oh, I love this. And so today, though, we're going to use the largest rectangle. So we're going to use this. And then I'm going to lay this right over here, and I'm going to run it through, and I have it right here. But I am going to tell you, this is one of those dies when you run it through, most of these will die cut out, but there'll probably be 2 or 3 maybe, and you can just take your pick tool, and you can just poke those out that don't come out. Okay, so I've already done that. And now we're going to bring this basic white back in, and we're going to lay it right here. But here's where I need your help. So we're going to lay it here like this. And this is the one that we made together. But I also have another one. And it is with the cup. So do you like the cup colored in? So do you want me to use the one that has the, so cup or no cup? So meaning cup is the one that's colored. And then no cup is the one where we spotlighted. So no cup is where we just spotlighted. Or cup, where I used copper clay and colored the cup in. So I want you to let me know. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So while you let me know about that, I'm going to show you one of the sample cards. I have 2 to show you. Here is one sample card that I used fresh freesia for the card base, but I used mossy metal for my die cut. And here I used, instead of using blends, I used I always forget, sponge daubers. I don't know why. So I use sponge daubers here, and then I use the Wink of Stella to add a little sparkle to the flower. And here I used a sentiment from the Everyday Details, wishing you so much joy on this special day. So on this card, I used a sentiment from the Everyday Details. And the inside, I added some designer Sears paper. So this is one card. So let me look at my choices here. So Maria says it's tough. So no coloring on the cup. Yes, those dies are neat with the holes on the rectangles. Okay, well, we're going to go, and that's great because I do have one. My next one I'm going to show you, it does have the cup colored. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our Blackberry Bliss die cut. This is a quick and easy card, and yet I really think it's cute. I hope that you do. And then we are going to add dimensionals. But we're just going to put our dimensionals on the left-hand side so we can still open the card. So I'm going to kind of place it and kind of eye it. And so about right there. So I can turn that over. And I'm going to put 6 dimensionals. I'm going to put 3 in a line, and then I'm going to go ahead and come back and right there. Then we'll take the caps off. And see, my husband's making a phone call. Hopefully that doesn't come in on the where you can hear that. I tell everyone to be quiet. I'm taping, but you know, he probably doesn't think I can hear, but I can. All right, now we're going to line this up right here. And then it opens up just like that. And we're going to bring these beautiful purple fine gems in. Aren't they beautiful? And bring my take your pick tool. And I think I'm going to bring the, I don't know if I want one there, but I'm going to bring the darker. And right there. And I think I'm going to put one right there. And then I'm going to bring our Wink of Stella in and shake that up. And this has like a little paintbrush. And it just adds a little sparkle. So we'll add that to our flower. Don't know if you can see that on camera or not. Okay, so this is our card, but as I said, I had one more to show you, and I showed you this one, which is, I use sponge daubers here, but they both have the Fresh Freesia card base, although I use different designer series paper on them. And then my next card I want to share with you, and I used Berry Burst. There we go. I use Berry Burst for the cardstock, and this time, instead of making the die cut a contrasting color, I used it the same as the card base. I used different designer series paper, and here I colored the cup and the flowers and I added some Wink of Stella and the inside. But what I did wrong here, or not really wrong, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to stamp this in Berry Burst, but instead I stamped it in Blackberry Bliss. So here's what I decided to do. So what I did was I went ahead and stamped on a scrap of basic white Hello in Berry Burst, and then I can just add it right over there. And so that's what we're going to do today. So I always tell everyone there is no mistakes in stamping. Now, not always, but generally you can figure out a way to make it work, to fix things. So this way I'll have my Hello in Berry Burst that matches my die cut and my card base. So let's bring in all 3 cards. And this is the one we made today with the spotlighting technique. And again, it's a fun fold, so it opens up like this. So here are all 3 cards. Let me turn back where I can see you. That's right, Maria. There is no mistakes. Just opportunities. I like that. That's awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad that you like the cards. Hi, Vay. You're not late. I'm glad you're here. And Rita, you like those color combinations? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Farm Cards. And remember my ordering special that's going on with a free tutorial bundle. And I also invite you to our online global retreat. Right now, even though you can't get the retreat box, you can still join us and get the tutorials and be part of the live demonstrations with the online access pass, and that is in the description. I've also included in the description all of the products that I've used today. So I hope I've inspired you to do some crafting. I will see you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye for now.